My name is Emmanuel Malish Taban. I'm from South Sudan. I was born in Loka, and my mother used to work as a housekeeper at the dormitory at the school. It was really a school which was built by British. And unfortunately, because of the war in South Sudan, the school was destroyed. And 3 generations of South Sudan has spent life in refugee camps endlessly. And today, I left my country at the age of 16, and I took a harrowing journey to South Africa. And of course, after many years of being a street child, I was able to rise to the heights that I am. In 2021, I was African Person of the Year. In 2020, I was one of the 100 most influential Africa of the Year. And what distinguished me is not because I've done something special. It's through education that makes me who I am today. And I have no illusions about what differentiates Africans from the rest of the world. Our biggest problem in Africa, our children lack skills to make something out of their own lives. Hence, we need a center that will, like I say, to transfer skills to those children. And hence, there was a need to build a school to represent that. And the schools really built as a center to transform mindsets and giving people skills. So the school, for me, is a symbol that we can do it. South Sudan is a land of abundance with a lot of fertile land. So the first phase project in January will create an agriculture, kind of commercial agriculture, to generate funds so that we can be able to build a school and also feed the children. In September next year, we'll start laying the first foundation for the school. And hopefully within 2 to 3 years, the school will be completed.
My name is Amira Osman. I'm a professor in architecture at the Tshwane University of Technology. I also hold the position of research chair in spatial transformation in Pretoria, South Africa. So the way that we approached this project was, first of all, we needed to make the buildings, to design the buildings and the facilities in such a way that we could adapt them to the site conditions when we were there, that we could also make changes to the design to accommodate for the material selection and using the available resources once we are there, but also to allow us to make some decisions with the proximate communities in that area. Dr. Taban was very clear. He wants it to be a really well-equipped school. He wants the facilities to be world-class, and he wants the facilities to really inspire change in that particular region, not just for the immediate site or the communities immediately near the site, but also for the country as a whole. His vision is that people from different parts of the country would come to study here. So there needed to be accommodation facilities for the students. There needed to be accommodation facilities for volunteers and teachers that are coming from afar. There needed to be, of course, the classrooms, and we designed them in such a way that the school could start off small and expand. So having a module that can be replicated across the site was incredibly important. One very key component of the school is the technical college, and that needed workshops and builders' yards and larger kind of spanned areas. And then we had the typical classroom units, but then we also had the arts cluster and the science cluster that needed to be incorporated. The sports facilities, we aimed for the best that we could imagine, for such a school. We tried to include the sports fields, the swimming pool area with all of their accompanying facilities. And then the 2 elements of the brief that are incredibly critical, and I actually see them as being the first to be delivered on site, are the farm facilities as well as the core building. Now for us, the core building is the building that gives the school its identity. It is something that the community can relate to. It is something that the community can also use. So it ends up having multiple functions. It serves the school and its needs, but in the evenings, on weekends, on holidays, that core building can also serve the community for their community activities.
My vision for the school, hopefully it will change the social cohesion of the country. Africa has a lot of resources, but we are unable to tap into those resources because we lack skills. So the vision is to create children that can actually utilize those resources to develop Africa into one of the developed country. So the vision is to build a school that is independent, impartial, at the same time giving a skill that is undisputable, skills that can develop a child to give him dignity, to be able to feed himself, and also make something out of their own lives through education and skill development. Thank you.